Okay, so the other day I was going to do sort of a tribute type thing to the whole Orlando thing. However, recent research has led me to think otherwise than the majority of some people. So I'm not going to touch on that subject. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. So I'm going to leave that alone. I know I look like shit. I feel like shit. I've been stuck on the recline, or well, the couch, for a couple of days again. I've been trying to find the gumption to get in the shower or do something. And I have no motivation whatsoever. As you can see, my hair is frizzed out more. My hair is just sloughing out. My hair, after just a day of not washing it, usually gets really oily. And it usually doesn't frizz out. And as you can see, it's like really frizzed out. Luckily, and I know I'm doing the thing again. I don't know why. My mouth is like watery around the edges, but my tongue feels really dry. So I'm sorry that I'm making that noise. I know it's probably really annoying, and I'm trying not to do it. But it's really hard not to. So I got accepted into this group on Facebook, and they actually have what's called a Floxy Finder, and there's only 2 people in my area that have registered on that. They have said that they want to be contacted via private message on Facebook. So I will be doing that tomorrow. I have an appointment tomorrow, a doctor's appointment tomorrow, which I'll get to in a second. And then a couple errands that I have to run tomorrow. So I'll actually have gumption to get up and move around. So that might be when I take my shower. I really need one right now. But right now the neuropathy in my feet, it hurts to walk. It doesn't hurt like ow, 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 but it's ow enough to be annoying to where I just don't want to do it. I don't know. I guess my pain tolerance is a lot higher just because of the pain that I've been in. So it's just more annoying than it is painful, I guess. I mean, it's still painful, but it's just really freaking annoying. So I don't want to get him walk. I have almost pulled a muscle on my back, reaching over to the ottoman from the couch, trying to reach for something instead of getting up and reaching for it. Simply because I didn't want to put my feet on the ground. That's another situation that I'm going to address with my doctor. Anyways, back to the 4.11 group. There's only 2 members. I know there's a lot more Floxies around here. I'm hoping, I don't know the age of these people. I don't know what kind of condition they're in. Like, I haven't contacted them yet. So I don't know how much, or how willing they are going to be to help. But I'm hoping to get the word out a little bit to more Floxies around the area, and that way we can get more and more people to help get the word out to more Floxies and more doctors, so that there's not any more new Floxies. in the area, because I know there's more than just those two and I. I know there's more than just 3 Floxies in this area. So with that said, my doctor's appointment, God, this drives me nuts. I did receive an email. All my labs have come back except for my B vitamins for some reason. I don't know if there's a particular way that they have to test it. I don't know. Excuse me. But all my labs have come back. My thyroid is completely normal, which I thought it would be, but I wanted to double check because it tends to go haywire every once in a while. As you can tell, my voice keeps going in and out of hoarseness. I don't know what that's about. It's been happening for like the past 2 or 3 days. I don't have any sinus problems. I can breathe just fine. I don't have any allergy problems right now. I don't have anything noticeably wrong with me. I don't know. But like now it just comes and goes. And when it does, I can hear it. Like on which side of my throat it's doing it, I can hear it in that ear. So I don't know if maybe there's something going on with my ears or what. Anyways, the doctor's appointment tomorrow. I've already pretty much got all the information that I need. He's got the labs and everything. So, hopefully we'll be able to collaborate and get everything started. I haven't started any of the supplements yet. I was going to go ahead and start the lipoic acid or the glutamate. I was going to go ahead and start one of those. However, I wanted to talk to him first and let him know what all medications I'm on and see about possibly kind of playing around with my medications, seeing if I can get off of, I've already taken myself off of one of the muscle relaxers and I've not noticed a difference. So obviously that muscle relaxer wasn't doing anything for me. So I was taking it for no reason. And one big thing about being a Floxy is your liver needs to heal. Your whole body needs to heal, but your liver really takes a big hit. And so I was taking that muscle relaxer for absolutely no reason. When I first started taking it, July 2014, it was a very inconsistent result. I would take one and it wouldn't help me one day, and then I could take one and I would almost piss the bed because it would have me knocked out. But then the next day I would take 2 and it wouldn't help me. It was a very inconsistent therapeutic effect that I would get from it. And so that's why I stopped taking it. However, within the past year or so, past 9 months or so, I went ahead and asked my doctor to go ahead and put me back on it along with the Flexeril to alternate them to see if that would help. Well, even though you're really not supposed to take them together, and the pharmacist always asks me if I'm taking them together, I'm like, oh, no, I'm not taking them together, and I'm definitely not taking them with my clonazepam. Yeah, I've been taking all 3 of them together. It's not doing a damn thing. The only reason why they tell you that is because there's possibility of respiratory effects, and even though I have asthma, I've not experienced any of those issues. And you shouldn't take 2 muscle relaxers at a time, so don't do that. I only did that for a short time, just to see if it would help more, and it didn't. And then I took just the baclofen, and it did not do anything. So now I'm just taking the Flexeril. I stopped taking the baclofen. And I really don't even know if the Flexeril is doing anything for me, so I'm probably going to back off that and see what it does. Since I survived my first muscle spasm episode by myself. Now, the 2 medications I did take were the Flexeril and the clonazepam. I don't know which one helped me. It could have been both of them that helped me. So that's why I'm a little apprehensive of stopping the Flexeril, because the Flexeril may be helping me just enough, you know. So yeah, I'm that's one reason why I like this medical facility, is you have pretty much like a whole hour with them to talk about these things. So I can actually sit there and have a conversation with him about this, and we can kind of shoot ideas at each other, and instead of, you know, a 8 to 15 minute rushed visit, we're there, sitting there for 45 minutes to an hour, thinking of ideas and possible outcomes of what I can and shouldn't do, what I could try, what you know, whatever. So I've got a couple things that I want to run by him before I start any supplements. I know I'm kind of prolonging my recovery a little bit, but I want to start this out right, and I don't, after I put all the supplements in my full box, it almost wouldn't shut. And that's not even including any supplements that he may put me on, or, you know, if my B vitamins come back and I'm deficient in the B vitamins area, you know, to where I need to take an actual supplement rather than just introduce more foods with B vitamins, then that's a whole other supplement that I'm putting in that damn pill box. I'm tired of taking a bunch of pills. I really am. And I know a lot of people say, well, you can go the natural way, you can go the herbal way. And I'm like, I've tried. I've been to holistic healers. I've been to an acupuncturist. I've done these things. These doctors, they're integrative. They use modern medicine and holistic healing. And for me, I think that's what works best. Is a little bit of both. Unfortunately, insurance doesn't cover the holistic part, which I think it should, considering that they didn't warn the doctors about this. They had the power to notify doctors of this, and they didn't use it. Okay. The CDC released a couple years ago the Zombie Apocalypse Survival Guide, okay? And that went viral within, I would say, a matter of 2 days. Just about everybody in the United States, if not other countries, knew about it. And we're wondering why, because this is about the time that the guy on bath salts was eating the guy in Miami. The doctor in New Jersey gutted himself in front of police. Or that may have been Michigan. There was a flesh-eating disease in Georgia that this one woman had caught. Within a 3-month period, there was a bunch of stuff going on, and so yeah, and then randomly the CDC comes out with this zombie apocalypse survival guide, and their reasoning for putting that was to get the younger audience to be better prepared for emergencies. And yet almost everybody in the United States knew about that within I would say a week or two. Yet it's taking years for just a few doctors to know about fluoroquinolone toxicity. So, that doesn't make any sense. I honestly think the FDA should mandate that insurance companies pay for holistic and integrative medicine when it comes to healing people who have this type of toxicity and any type of adverse effect from a medication that was given. I mean, they're supposed to be controlling this shit before they give it to us. I've been a part of the scientific field. I know how experiments go. I know it's not 100% foolproof, but you don't miss things like that. Just saying. So, yeah. I'm really looking forward to my doctor's appointment. It sounds like it's in my nose, but my nose is clear. It's in my throat, and there's nothing to clear in my throat. I'm really looking forward to my doctor's appointment tomorrow. To talk with him. I'm gonna start getting some sun therapy. I have a little bit of a dead gout back, and even if it kills me, I'm gonna go out there and sunbathe for a little bit. I know you don't want to get cancer. I don't mean like go out there sun tanning. You know, I'm probably gonna put a little bit of SPF, probably as white as I am right now. I mean, I've got a little bit of farmer's tan from driving a little bit, and then from where my mom's driven me from a couple appointments, that it evened up my other arm. Sorry, but I'll probably wear like SPF 15 or 30, and just kind of lay out in the sun and just kind of soak up some sun rays and feel cheerful and whatnot. Hopefully it's not too humid. I just can't stay out too long, because if I get too hot, then my heart rate raises. But yeah, and hopefully I can get back to work soon. I don't really know the situation on that. That is another issue. The only time I've received information about COBRA is whenever I've quit a job and they send you COBRA information, which is health insurance that you pay out the ass for when you lose your employer insurance, your insurance through your employer. Now, here's the thing. Number one, nobody has told me that I have been fired. As far as I'm concerned, they're still waiting on that piece of paper that I haven't been able to have signed yet, because I still don't know what the hell they're really wanting from me. And I can't get a straight answer out of anybody. Number two, I didn't have health insurance through my company that I worked for. So I don't know why I'm getting information on COBRA. And like I said, the only time you get information on COBRA is when you're no longer working for the company. So before I go through all the trouble of trying to get the cardiologist to sign the release papers to take me off the leave of absence that I was never put on, I'm going to be calling about 15 different people who have their head so far shoved up their ass that they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and getting transferred and probably hung up on several times before I talk to somebody who can tell me whether I'm still technically an employee or not. And that'll determine whether I have to go to the unemployment office. Yeah. I mean, it just, when it rains, it pours, right? I'm trying to stay positive. I, unfortunately had to miss my therapist, appointment, which really sucked because I really needed it. Because my dog got cold tail. I've never heard of it before. She had gotten the trash the other day, and when we came home, it was all over the place. And it was like tuna and a bunch of other stuff. And, well, when she's in trouble, she goes to her crate. She peed on herself because she was in trouble. Well, then she sat down in it. So we hosed her down, gave her a bath outside. It was like 90-something degrees. And so we hosed her down out back. And I towel dried her with like 6 towels. I cannot go anywhere near her with a hairdryer. She doesn't mind the hairdryer as long as it's not pointed towards her. But if it's pointed towards her, no. So I towel dried her the best I could and let her in and out whenever she wanted to. And her tail was up like it normally was, but then around 10 o'clock that night, it drooped down. And I was like, is there a spider on her butt? Is there, she wouldn't let me see. I didn't have a car to take her to the vet. And by 1 o'clock in the morning, she kept whining to me, but then again wouldn't let me check it out. So by 1 o'clock in the morning, I was like, okay, this dog's not going to let me sleep. And I don't feel right sleeping, not knowing what's wrong with her. So I had to call and cancel my therapist appointment, which she wasn't necessarily happy about. I wasn't happy about it either. I didn't like that I had to cancel my therapist appointment, especially whenever, So, luckily we called the vet and confirmed after Andrew did some research and found out that she has what's called cold tail. And because her tail wasn't completely dry, when she came into the air conditioning, even though she was sitting there wagging it and everything, those muscles slowly kind of got weak from being cold and overused. And when she laid down for a little bit, those muscles rested and then kind of like got stuck there. So it's pretty much like her tail was just kind of like sprained. So we just been massaging it and everything, and she's been doing better. And she's been able to halfway lift it now. And she's been letting me lift it a little bit while I massage it. But that first night, she actually bit me. She's never bit anybody ever before. She actually bit me whenever I tried to look at her tail. And I'm like, I'm not going to sleep until I know what's going on with you. So, anyways, so now I've got to reschedule my therapist appointment. And I also missed my other appointment. I've been missing. I cannot wait to feel at least 5% better. I am so tired of. I'm stuck on this couch. This is where I live primarily, is on this couch. And it sucks. I wake up, I might smoke a cigarette, and then take a drink of something, and I go back to bed. I just feel like shit. Of course, I'm sure all the Fluxies can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. I'm just rambling right now. I really didn't have a really point to make in this video. I just want to talk about my doctor's visit for tomorrow. And to bring up the whole Orlando thing, like I said, I originally was going to make a tribute to it. However, my opinions are a little different now. Now that I've done some research and stuff. So, and I don't want to start anything, so I'm not. I normally don't mind to start things, but I'm just so tired of it all. I've got people on here that are arguing with me over the difference between an AR-15 and an M16, and it's really funny. It's really funny. And of course they're not doing it in the comment section, they're doing it, they're private messaging me. And I'm not about that. I don't want drama. I'm not gonna post their stuff on the comments and yada yada yada, but I was just trying to help people understand that, because what triggered it was I got 45 emails asking me to sign a petition, and almost every petition said, help us stop civilians from owning military assault rifles or something to that effect, but they always put the word military in there, which I find funny because obviously they don't know the difference. An AR-15 is a civilian model of the military grade M16, and it is a semi-automatic weapon, which means it fires one at a time as you pull the trigger. And the M16 is the one where you pull the trigger and you kaboom, boom, 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 boom. A civilian cannot legally own an M16. There are laws against it, so there's no reason to sign a petition for a law that is already in place. That was my point I was trying to get across, and apparently some people didn't understand that, and I even tried to explain that, and they called me NRA loving people something, and that I must be some kind of gun toting something. I'm like, we have one gun in our house. And I'm not against guns. But I don't have an arsenal in my house. I was just trying to educate people. Apparently that was the wrong thing to do. I've already said too much. See, I'm gonna ramble. I've already hit 30 minutes, and the main point of this was just to talk about my doctor's appointment and to explain why I wasn't going to talk about the Orlando thing, because I did have a couple people request that I did a tribute to the Orlando thing. So I was just explaining why I didn't do the Orlando thing and why I was doing the doctor. Whatever. I'm exhausted, and even though I've slept all day, so if you can even tell what the hell I'm saying, whatever, I'm done. I'm gonna go eat a bowl of Cheerios because this is gonna be my last day to drink any soft drinks. I've drank mostly water now, but it's gonna be my last day to drink soft drinks and any processed. So I'm gonna go eat me some Cheerios and drink me a big cup of soda before I go see the doctor tomorrow. So you guys have a good night, and remember, before you post things on Facebook in an argument, you should probably do just a little bit of research before you continue your argument. Otherwise you end up looking like the ass. Just another tip for the day. And stay away from fluoroquinolone antibiotics. Tip number 2. There you go. I need to sleep.